XXXTentacion Border Trial Explained by Hip Hop Daily.
XXXTentacion's murder shocked the rap game and left its fans devastated. Now, 5 years later, the trial is finally ending and we're getting answers about his brutal death. The whole case has been a wild ride, from one of the alleged killers flipping on his homies to Drake almost taking a stand and having to testify. X's murder trial has been filled with drama every step of the way. And today, we're breaking down exactly what happened.
Yo, comment down below. Do y'all think Drake has anything to do with this situation between with due to like X murder? Like, comment down below if y'all think Drake has something to do with his death. Comment down below if y'all think that.
Inside the courtroom. Let's get right into it. Within 2 days of X's murder, back in June 2018, the cops already had their first suspect in custody, Dedrick Williams. He was booked for dangerous and depraved first-degree murder, robbery with a firearm, and driving without a license. And a few months later, they also charged Robert Allen, Michael Boatwright, and Trayvon Newsome on premeditated first-degree murder. At first, it seemed like a simple robbery case that turned deadly. X's death was a tragedy, but back then, nobody knew how wild the story was going to get. In 2018, X fans expected answers quickly, but it took 5 years for all of the shocking details to finally come out. Before the trial even started, there's already some drama going on between the alleged killers. Back in August 2022, Robert Allen flipped on his homies and pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in exchange for testifying against them. If you don't already know, the truth about why he flipped is crazy. But before we get to that, we gotta break down what allegedly happened the day they killed X. On June 18, 2018, X and his uncle, Leonard Kerr, went to a motorcycle shop after X took out $50K in cash at a local bank. According to the prosecution, Allen and the other defendants saw X and followed him to the shop. Security footage shows Allen and Williams following X into the store and walking right by X. They wanted to make sure it was really him, and while they were inside, they picked up a mask to use during the robbery. Allen told the court he didn't want to go through with it because he was already seen on surveillance cameras. According to him,
You already seen.
Boatwright and Newsome were having second thoughts as well, but that's when Williams asked if they were scared, and Boatwright said, "Alright, we're gonna get him." They waited outside for X, and when he tried to leave, they blocked his whip with their SUV. That's when Newsome and Boatwright hopped out with their guns and ran up on X and snatched his chain and Louis V bag with 50 bands in it. Then X's uncle, Leonard Kerr, hopped out of the whip and ran away. During the trial, he testified that the only reason he's still alive is because he ran. And the last words he heard X say was, "What is this for?" After that, shots rang out and X.
Nah, these niggas is pop, bro. Like, that's day room shit. Like, this is dirty shit, bro. Like, it's stupid. That's some stupid hood nigga shit, bro. Niggas is pop, bro. Like,
Left dead in the middle of the street. According to the prosecution, Boatwright turned around and murdered X in cold blood after the robbery was already over. And get this, according to Allen, Newsome and Williams didn't want to give him a cut of the 50K because he stayed in the SUV the whole time. Apparently, Boatwright spoke up for his homie and said he should get some of the money too, but Allen only got 5K while the rest of them walked away with 15K. So that's why he agreed to testify against them and help blow the case wide open. Allen completely wrecked Boatwright's defense too. Boatwright's lawyer said he had searched for accessory to murder after X died, which he said proved Boatwright didn't actually kill him. But Allen testified that Boatwright actually looked it up because Allen was afraid he would get booked on murder, and Boatwright told him that at worst, he'd get hit with an accessory charge. Boatwright allegedly looked up the legal definition while they were talking, which poked some serious holes in his defense. Allen testified that the four of them planned a crime spree together, and they just randomly spotted X and decided to rob him right then. But here's where it gets even crazier. During the opening statements, Dedrick Williams' attorney, Mauricio Padilla, called out Drake and said that the cops never investigated him, even though he had beef with X. He brought up a post that X made on IG where he tagged Drake and wrote, "If anyone tries to kill me, it was Champagne Poppy. I'm snitching right now." The beef between X and Drake started back in 2017 after X and his fans accused Drake of fighting his flow. While he was locked up on false imprisonment and battery charges, X's track "Look at Me" popped off and went viral. Drake allegedly promised to reach out, but the call never came, and instead, Drake released the song KMT. Drake allegedly bit X's "Look at Me" flow on the track, and that's when X started sending wild shots on social media. He aired out Drake for being washed up, stealing from other artists, and even tweeted, "Drake mom kinda cute, she could get it." Drake claimed he didn't even know who X was till all the drama started, but X clapped back on IG Live and went after Drake and his mom again. X eventually apologized for sending shots at Drake's mom, but he still claimed that Drake stole his style. Drake never responded directly, but fans linked a few lines to the beat. On the track I'm Upset, Drake raps, SMS, XXX. That's the only time I ever shoot below the neck. Why you keep on shooting if you know that dead? That's the only kind of shit that gets you some respect. And just a week after X was murdered, over 50K in a Louis V bag, Drake dropped the track Mob Ties and said, GLE, cause that Lambo moving fast. S-Class, G-Class, lotta class. In a rocket, and that ain't got no tags. Louis bags in exchange for body bags. There's been rumors for years that Drake was involved with X's death. But for a long time, most people thought it was just a crazy conspiracy theory. But the case took another shocking turn when Drake was actually ordered to testify in the trial. Bringing one of the biggest artists in the world to the witness stand was a crazy idea. But Drake got off easy when Allen testified that he didn't have anything to do with it. So instead of putting Drake on the stand, the judge canceled his deposition and he never had to show up in the courtroom. But Drake wasn't the only celebrity that Padilla tried to drag into the trial. He wanted Quavo, Offset, 6ix9ine, Joe Budden, 600 Breezy.
Damn, every rapper that he has a problem with. Damn, every rapper X has a problem with. They want not even a problem, but associated with X. They wanted them to be on trial.
All to take the stand. The prosecutors called him out for trying to create a trial by ambush, and the judge saw right through his plans and didn't bring any of the rappers into court. One of the weirdest parts of the trial was when a dude named Scott Barbeau was brought to the stand. Barbeau was an X fan who actually ran into him at the motorcycle shop before the shooting and asked to get a pic, but X shut him down. Barbeau saw the robbery and shooting happen, but instead of calling for help, he ran up and shook X's lifeless body, then took a video and posted it on Snapchat. When the prosecutors asked why he would do that, Barbeau said he was a big fan and wanted something to remember him by. Luckily, his phone was taken at the scene and the video was deleted, but Barbeau's testimony definitely added another strange twist to the case. And while the defense had wild theories about Drake putting hits out on his enemies, the prosecution clapped back with legit testimonies and evidence. Dedrick Williams' ex took the stand and claimed he told her that he planned the robbery and murder. According to her, Williams even tried to get her to lie under oath and say he wasn't involved. His lawyer's the one who made all the noise about Drake and other rappers, and Williams' ex claimed he never mentioned any of them being behind the hit. A detective named John Curcio led the investigation, and he testified that cell phone records show exactly where the killers were before the murder went down, and he also shut down the Drake rumors. The jury was shown graphic footage of what happened that day, plus social media pics of Boatwright posing with X's money on
Dumbass.
same day he died. His lawyer tried to say Boatwright just posed with the money and that whoever XXXTentacion struggled with is not in his courtroom. But the prosecution clapped back in the closing arguments. Prosecutor Pascal Akil showed the jury videos where all of them laughed and danced while showing off $100 bills. She said, "This is who they are. This is their real character. Killers that within 24 hours after shooting the victim dead and stealing $50,000 from him, this is what they do." Jury deliberation started all the way back on March 8th, but it took them over a week to reach a verdict. This trial's been in the making for 5 years, and there's a lot of evidence to look over. But on March 20th, they came back from a weekend break and found Michael Boatwright, Dedrick Williams, and Trayvon Newsome guilty of first-degree murder. It's not clear when the sentencing will go down, but all of them are facing life in prison. Robert Allen pleaded guilty to second-degree murder last year and helped the prosecution, but he's still facing a life sentence too. XXXTentacion was a complicated artist with a lot of issues, but nobody deserves to go out like he did. He was only 20 years old when he was murdered, and he still had plenty of time to turn things around and change for the better. Unfortunately, we'll never get to see the kind of person and artist he would have evolved into, but at least his friends and family can finally have closure. After the guilty verdict was handed down, Genesis, the mother of X's son, hopped on social media and said that while she'll never have peace over losing the father of her son, at least now she can begin to heal after this horrible tragedy. Rest in peace.
Yeah, this is the video. Let me know what y'all think, bro. Like I said, it's sad that his life was ended like that. Over some money, bro. because niggas wanted his bride, bro. Like I said, you know, niggas be hating, bro. Niggas be pop, bro. But yeah, bro. It seems like the family got like justice. Like it looks like they gonna be doing like those dudes who's gonna be doing life over there. Yeah, bro. Like rest in peace to R.I.P. to X. Rest in peace to X, bro. So yeah, bro. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know the vibes. WavyOcho checking out you are.